The Horizon Zero Dawn ripoff. Who wants to bet that this is going to be better than the actual game? At the bare minimum, they're not going to uglify the characters.
So at this point, I think we've all heard of the viral story that is the Tencent Chinese knockoff of Horizon. It is a game that they just revealed with this cinematic reveal trailer that has all sorts of little things that are just straight lifted out of other IP, like the floating robots that look like the ghosts from Destiny, or this shot taken straight out of Terminator. Like everywhere you look, there's just a copy and paste from something else. It really is quite remarkable when you think about it, how they've managed to just take little pieces of a bajillion things and blend them into this. But all of
doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be bad. If they take the good pieces and blend them together, it actually could be a really, really fun game, by the way.
that is minor compared to the obvious comparison which has come up and made this go viral, which is the comparison to Horizon Zero Dawn. And it's because, I mean, it's pretty bold, it's pretty direct. I mean, all of the gameplay they show, they're showcasing like a young adult female protagonist. There are gigantic robot dinosaurs. All of the armor looks very identical. It's the same tribalistic thing. Look, you can see the red reeds, like grass, tall grass is identical to what it is in Horizon. The machines, the mech animals also look damn near identical to everything else. It's crazy. Like, it's not even close to trying to doing like their own thing. They're not even trying at this point. It is unreal. And when I first saw this, I saw,
let's be fair, Horizon Zero Dawn initially was good, and after they completely wokeified it and mucked it up. So if anyone remakes it but, you know, makes it good, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that.
screenshots, and I saw screenshots like this where I was like, that
Oh damn, yeah, they are not messing around. Aloy is not gonna be built on a male skeleton this time, boys. Oh boy, look at that. Actual women that look like your average gas station cashiers. The dream. The dream.
that's clearly AI generated. Like, that's not in the game. No way. Somebody's trying to make a story. Somebody's memeing. There's no way this is real.
Hey, listen, even if it's AI generated, I don't care. As long as the characters don't look like non-binary creature features, I'll be pretty okay with that.
Look, even the Zelda, like, glider is there. It looks identical to that one, too. There's no way this is an actual game, but it is. And in true knockoff fashion, the gameplay doesn't actually really look anything like Horizon.
Classic China boys, okay? Copyright is just an endorsement there, okay?
Or Destiny, or anything else they're ripping off, which is why this gets all the more hilarious. And we're gonna dig into this because it's somehow worse than you probably think. It gets so stupid.
I'm currently actually kind of sold, not gonna lie. I like this currently.
Just buckle up. But speaking of buckle up, a quick thank you to the sponsor of this video before we get into it.
No.
But having said that, we're back. You can see they have shots of this apocalypse within the post-apocalypse where everything's blowing up and getting destroyed. It's super scary
I like apocalypses. I think they're pretty cool.
and spoopy. They have this like chanting music that also is almost identical to what we saw in Horizon, but I appreciate the darker tone there. Like the skeletons, that was cool. Sound design is on
I had this
Wake up, white man.
dream
fleek.
where a god that blessed brought destruction.
Imagine that.
So why can't human beings kill God?
Okay. Straight off the bat, I'm not gonna lie, boys, that's cringe. Yet. Already a better love story than Twilight. Already a more cohesive story than Dragon Age Veilguard. And at least it's a story compared to Starfield, okay? We're already technically winning here.
Like, dude, even the
Dude, by the way, that's the Dune. I love that. Anything Dune is amazing.
music is very similar. It's crazy. So then they then transition out of this like pre-rendered cinematic into this gameplay, like in-engine pre-alpha footage where they're showing what it actually is going to look like. But even these snippets are not that indicative of the actual gameplay, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute. But you can see all the different tribes, you can see different armor sets, different weapon sets, bigger beasts that presumably you're going to go hunting and fighting. There's some like this where it seems like some factions have captured beasts for their own use, which is
the cat wants to do things. Jump? No? Not gonna jump? No? What are you gonna do then? Yep, she wants out. Cats, man. Little lovable little creatures of pure joy and bliss. I love them so much.
is cool. We see rafts and ships and boats, and I'm like, ooh, that's something that's cool. I like that. That could be
Was that in Horizon Zero Dawn?
something original. And I started thinking, maybe this is like the Horizon Monster Hunter crossover game that nobody really wanted, but that we're getting.
Maybe this is the next Pal World.
Anyways, probably next year with the multiplayer game. But maybe this is like the spin-off that does it before that game does. But it just keeps getting even weirder because they keep showing more and more segments that make less and less sense as time goes on, because this makes it look very Horizon. We see that and that's like, oh, okay, well that kind of looks like Zelda. Ooh, gliding challenges. And then we see like, building ladders. Oh
yeah, this is Pal World, boys.
Oh, so like you can craft ladders, okay, and more exploration, maybe some
dragon shouts,
puzzles, and then we see this, which is like a base, and we see crafting, and I'm just
please let that be indentured servitude, please.
Starting to go, what the hell is this game? Like, what even is this? And they keep showing more. They show like wiring systems to power up like base defense. They show you playing presumably with other players. And
yeah, this is Monster Hunter, bro. Okay, listen, best game 2025.
Pretty soon it starts to take shape. This game is not a straight Horizon clone except for visuals.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, when I heard about this, I was like, oh my god, listen, if something has mechanical creatures that represent wildlife, that's not exactly Horizon. Horizon was not the first one to do that, okay? We have had mechanical grills and shit in games forever.
What it is, it seems, is a melding of Horizon, a little bit of Destiny, other big MMOs, and
why Destiny? We literally saw nothing Destiny except a small floaty thing,
and other games like Monster Hunter. But above and beyond everything else, this is actually like a survival game. This is actually much closer to Pal World than anything else. They somehow managed to not just copy a few other games that...
Also, you can see when he hits pods glow, which means specific pods take damage. Pretty interesting.
People felt were like a little derivative in terms of gameplay, though original visually. But they then went and managed to then, for the gameplay, derive everything from another game that's been caught up in some scandals for being fairly heavily inspired by other things, whether they're other survival games or other games like Pokemon. It really is a masterclass in just looking for inspiration and then just doing everything identically to everything you took inspiration from. It really is impressive. It's honestly breaking my mind. They continue showing some other boss fights against monsters, some of which look fine. This gameplay looks okay. I mean, it's not quite as fluid as Horizon, but it does seem to be much more melee focused. These sequences, that's cool. Definitely appealing to like the Monster Hunter vibes for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't look as gay as Horizon also, which is a plus in my book.
Sure. But they then released 16 minutes of uncut gameplay. And I'm just telling you, like, whatever you're expecting, it's probably not ready for how not great this looks.
Okay,
so
let's see.
Here it is.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, this is Pal World for sure.
This is it in action. The other clips we just watched don't
looks horrible.
look like the same game at all. like at all. It
But still, props for not making the character as ugly as Aloy.
really is a masterclass in somehow disappointing even when your expectations were rock bottom, because you knew it was just like a carbon copy, quick, like a ripoff basically. But no, it's basically a survival game.
Oh, a Pinkman
It is
robot.
a Pal World spin-off, whatever the hell, but with a Horizon coat of paint.
Okay.
And it somehow looks even more busy and confusing and less
Well, that's maybe because it's in fucking Chinese. You know, maybe that makes the confusion kind of skyrocket a little bit, you know?
intuitive than Pal World did at launch. Like you can see you have these baby duck robots that then go and
Baby duck robots! Yay!
perform chores for you. Like it's literally just Pal World but with robots. Like I feel like I'm taking crazy pills again. Like every time I pause and I'm like, no.
Wait. Do they have some kind of magical device that can be thrown on robots to make them your slaves? I mean, companions. If so, Nintendo's gonna sue you.
No. Somebody's pranking me. There's no way this is real. This has to be like some grand prank or something where like this
Small sheep robot
is actually another game and this
Wait. If they're robots, it's kind of actually hard to make the Coomer robots. And every good game needs a Coomer robot character, or a Coomer character in general. Okay? I'm not sure about the success of this game now. We need to see the thing that people are gonna be, yeah, I don't care that it's technically animal, but I would. Okay? Also, those people are wrong.
was all just one grand marketing
And I'm not even talking Vaporeon, that Pokemon shit, which is insane.
ploy to get us all talking about it. But no, it literally is Pal World with Horizon Coat of Paint and then the ghost from Destiny. And I mean, off in the distance, it doesn't look bad. I mean, the animations are definitely stock UE5 animations, and again, just seeing the robot pals going and doing.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks honestly pretty decent considering everything. Looks decent enough. What if it's actually fun enough, boys? What then? Then we have a banger on our hands, okay? This is like 3 steps away from potential greatness, but then again, it's probably 2 steps away from potential destruction.
Chores. It's so crazy to me, dude. Like, this cannot be real. But this is the thing, dude. Like, in China, with a lot of these studios, it's just a total free-for-all. Like, copyright infringement has always been a problem with China, just in general, it seems, where, you know...
What do you mean, it seems? Copyright infringement is not a thing that exists. If you want to take a copyright infringement to China, you're going to be on Chinese grounds. AKA, it's never going to happen. You can sue Chinese companies all that you want, but chances are you're getting nowhere with it because China's just going to say, no. And that's it. You lose. Well, actually, nothing has even started, but you kind of just lose anyway. Because China does not have to play by the rules that everyone else has to play. China does China things.
The stereotypical, oh, it's a knockoff iPhone or something. Like, that's always been sort of the stereotypical thing. But it's an age-old problem because there are treaties and deals that have been made internationally between countries that should prevent...
That China either has the upper hand because China, or they don't exist in China. There you go.
This type of thing from happening, but it is inevitably very costly to...
Well, they exist, but again, you can sue anyone in China as easy as you can sue anyone else anywhere. But again, China's just gonna look at it and be like, someone outside of China is suing us? Boop. Kobe. Trash can. There you go.
To go after a studio for doing something like this. It's going to take years and years of litigation within Chinese courts and stuff. And
Never gonna happen. Dude, You literally have no idea what you're talking about. It's never gonna happen.
Even then, at the end of it, the way that China tends to punish copyright infringement, unless it's on a massive scale with a massive like conglomerate doing it, say a massive company were just straight up ripping off iPhones and using Foxconn to develop them and build them out, that would be a big enough problem that they'd have to do something severe. But when it's a smaller studio, when it's like a smaller thing like this, if they start to get flack for it, they'll just shut it down and move on. Like, it's really not that big of a deal for them. They're like, oh, okay, well, just shut it down, move on to the next project, whatever. We tried, made a little bit of money while doing it. But the strategy pretty clearly here is to get people to see this trailer on the App Store or on Steam or whatever their launcher is, to get them thinking.
I mean, the trailer's honestly fire, which means, hey, at least they know what matters.
Oh, this is like Horizon, or maybe this is a...
First thing to get the mindless consumer interested is a trailer. Now, all of us here are obviously smart enough because we have been bruised enough, burnt enough, to know that, yeah, don't show me a trailer, show me fucking gameplay. That's the only thing I'm interested in. I'm not interested in your, trailer. I'm interested in the gameplay and how the characters look.
Sequel or a spin-off or something. And then they download it. It's nothing like it, but maybe they keep it. And maybe they play it, and I'm sure it's going to have all sorts of like gotcha mechanics and all sorts of stuff to monetize it. And
wait, is this AI though? Or is this an actual thing? It's kind of hard to say if it's AI. Let's actually try and figure it out a little bit. Okay.
And then they download it. It's nothing like it, but maybe they keep it. And maybe they play it, and I'm sure it's going to have all sorts of...
Go. The fingers that you can't see, but they're literally here, they look fine, so I doubt it's AI. The eyes look fine. I can't see anything overlapping here. I don't think this is AI. I think they just, did the smart thing and put effort into making this so it looks good. Definitely they use some AI elements, but I'm not seeing anything that typically stands out as AI. I mean, like, 5 extra fingers here or something like that. That's typically AI. That's typically very AI. But I'm kind of not seeing it. And something like this, there would be huge overlap and things going inside of things, but it's not happening. So I don't know if this is AI. I think they just put effort into the trailer.
Like gotcha mechanics and all sorts of stuff to monetize it. And it's going to be really toxic, and they're going to make probably hundreds of millions of dollars, and lots of people are going to get rich on it. And when there's a lawsuit that inevitably comes from Sony, they're going to be like, oh, yep, no, sorry, it's an honest...
From Sony? What is Sony going to do? Sony's not going to even fucking bother with this shit.
Misunderstanding, and they're just going to take it down and move on. It's crazy. But this type of thing has happened plenty of times before. There's been problems, for example, with like knockoff Witcher games or other games that were just straight up like Last of Us clones. Do you guys remember the Last of Us clone from last year? No. Digital Foundry did a full like breakdown.
The Last Hope. Oh, 10 out of 10, my dude. Well, as long as it doesn't have She-Hulk, you know what? Maybe this is the true Last of Us 2. Who honestly knows at this point?
One of it that I remember, and I mean, the artwork, it's pretty clear what they're doing. The Last Hope.
Yeah, Ellie's a little bit more depressed and, well, what's his name is a perpetual drunk with anger management issues. 10 out of 10. The Last of Us, but Russia.
On survival. They did the full review of it, and it was just like shovelware nonsense garbage. A bunch of the stuff didn't work. Wow. I remember one of the things they revealed in this, and you should watch the entire video if you haven't, because it's so entertaining. But in the video, they actually did the math and found that there is not enough bullets in the game to actually like finish it, because there's a certain number of enemies like zombies in the game, and if you do like everything right, if you collect all the bullets, if you kill all the enemies with just one bullet to the head each, you cannot take them all out. Like, look at that, they're wearing the same damn shirt, dude.
Nice.
It's crazy to me. But this again is like this.
Oh shit, this is sick. Oh Nico, where have you been? Wanna go bowling, my dude? Holy shit. Ellie's a little, Siberian prostitute right there. Hell, bruh. Whoa, man. Now this is impressive.
Everything happens all the time. This,
Eva. Yeah, that's how you say it. Eva.
of course, was a very low effort attempt at it. This 10-cent project is a pretty high budget,
But does it run on 60 FPS?
like, big attempt at just copying something else. And it just happens to have gone viral because it's so blatant and so hilarious. And
Who cares? Palworld went viral because it's a blatant ripoff of a Pokemon's. And there you go.
I mean, at least it seems like there's a game here. It's
Hey, did a tree fall on her? And damn.
World, and not much more as far as I can tell. And it's probably not a particularly good clone of Pal World, but
Hey, it's a work in progress, okay? Don't be mean.
you know, at least it seems like some money has gone into it, so at least they're doing a little bit of work. But this type of thing happens all the time in the
Is this, by the way, the Palworld texture pack for walls and bricks and shit?
industry. This one is just a little bit more visible because we find it so funny. But I really do
hilarious.
think there is a problem with a lot of this shovelware that goes out, and it preys on the lesser informed, it preys on the more casual gamer, or it preys on the people who saw a game in passing and maybe think,
Hey, we are living in the time, if you're a casual gamer, you're probably eating slop and you don't know it. Or you're completely numb to the pain at this point, okay? There's not a lot of options. Casual gamers unite. In any case, that was Luke Steffens, 10 out of 10. Bye.